special treat for the blurs. Let's meet the cast of Black Lightning. First off, Christy Adams, you know her from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Christine Adams. You know her from Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks and Girl Black. Nafisa Williams. You know her from Descendants 2, China and McLean. You know these producers from Girlfriends and Being Mary Jane, Salim Akil and Mara Brock Akil. And you're going to know him as Jefferson Pierce, our hero, the Black Lightning, Cress Williams. Now, we don't have a lot of time, so we're going to get right to it. By my count, I'm kind of old, my memory's fading, but it has been a minute since we have seen a primetime network TV show feature a black superhero. So, I wanted to ask our producers especially, why Black Lightning, and what does it mean to bring a character of color to the superhero TV world that we have now?
Wow,
I start you out with easy questions.
why Black Lightning? Because I think it's time. I think Jefferson Pierce is the epitome of what black men are. He is a man that is in love with his wife. He loves his children. He loves his community. So these, this family is like the Obamas of the superhero world. I think the thing that makes it so timely is that, when we look on the news and we see that there's 125 shootings in Chicago or a 4th of July weekend, there are no superheroes going in that neighborhood trying to save people. Well, Black Lightning is going to go do that. So I think that's why we need it.
So, now, Cress, you will recognize Cress from Martin Dixie. You'll recognize him. The brother has done a lot of great stuff. I dug into his IMDb. And he was also an alien on Deep Space Nine. He was also on Lois and Clark, the Adventures of Superman. Is this the first time that you got to play a hero?
Yes, I've been playing a lot of bad guys, so I'm changing teams. I'm officially on the side of the light. Yeah.
But seriously, tell us what it's like to play a character like Jefferson Pierce, who is operating in a world, we're used to seeing these superheroes at 30,000 feet, saving the world. But this is a cat who's trying to save his neighborhood, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, he, like Celine said, he's going into the community. And I think that we affect change positively kind of from the inward out. So he starts from family to his community, and then that affects out. Usually we see heroes who are just trying to save the world, but he's trying to save the world one person at a time.
Now, before we go too far, we have promised some special news, a revelation about the cast. So, Celine, can you tell us who's joining the cast that folks are just going to find out here at Comics?
You guys know the character of Gandhi, right? Well, we got James Remar to play that character. Do you guys know who it is?
Back in the city?
Yeah. And you guys remember the character Inspector Henderson? And from the comic, Inspector Henderson is going to be Dan Lupton, who is amazing, just an amazing actor. So we're super excited about bringing him along. And the next announcements are going to be even more exciting. So it's just getting better and better. That's the way we do. It's like chocolate, no pun intended. Okay.
Now, it's interesting to me because the comic book, movie, and TV world have taken a lot of flack for not being diverse. And some of us have been crying out for a while to see something like this, a TV show that's centered on black folks. So can you talk a little bit about the responsibility of doing that And what can you bring to the screen that maybe we wouldn't see or we haven't seen in these characters that aren't people of color?
I think it's a celebration, of our culture that is a part of being an American. That through our lens, through our scope, through our pain, joy, struggle, triumphs, we can see that we really are all connected. I think, but through that celebration of the specific of who we are, to connect to the universal of who we are. I also think that we bring, I just have a burning part.
You're going to say the moderator is a very handsome person.
I just want to speak to that point a little bit about the diversity, and I think, yes, of course we are a black family, but I do think our stories and what we're going to talk about and what we're going to explore transcend that. And I think it's sort of beyond colour. I think it's great that we're there, but I think it's actually beside the fact that we're black, and I think it's more about universal things that we're all going to relate to, we're all going to connect to. That's what I'm hoping, and it doesn't get that.
It's come back. I think by have Black Lightning and eventually Thunder and Lightning helping to save the community, we get to shape in the humanity of those who need that help in our communities. And we also get to shape in the reason why some of our bad guys are bad. It's not that it's like a choice. We all have a choice. We can use our power for good or we can use our power for bad. And some of it's circumstantial, what's happening in our neighborhoods. And I think it gives, that's an opportunity, that's a responsibility that we can add from our perspective of what's happening in our world, real world today, and maybe inspire change within the viewers and within ourselves.
Yeah, that's interesting because when I see TV shows, network TV shows, try to tackle crime, for example, they're afraid to show black criminals.
Yeah.
But when you look at the south side of Chicago and the gang violence, it involves the black community. So how can you show those problems if you don't show who is suffering and who's also a part of it? And what's so interesting about being Mary Jane and Girlfriends is you guys have really captured black culture, right? But now you got a superhero show.
Yes.
So tell me about the challenge of doing that. I mean, we know you got black culture, but now you got to do superhero too.
The biggest challenge was accepting that this black man was running around town in a suit. I mean, that's the easiest way to get shot by the dress up in some weird suit and start running around
Are you saying Black Lightning Lives Matter? Is that
I think for us, we have been so character-based and we will continue to be character-based. I think it is about balancing out when this man uses his powers, how he uses his powers, and why. I think that was the toughest thing because we really want people to get to know this family. And their powers, like their race, is just a part of who they are. Like the most interesting thing about this family is not that they're African American. I don't walk around thinking, ooh, I'm walking around, I'm sexy, I'm African American. I walk around just thinking, damn, I gotta pay these bills and I gotta get this job done, right? So I think that the challenge is not giving in to the idea that we need to be perfect. And to your point about exhibiting the problems of these communities in truth, yes, there is definitely a problem with police brutality. And we will get into that, but there is also a huge problem with us killing each other, and we don't mind addressing that.
So now, I'd like you guys to tell the crowd about your characters too. Can you talk a little bit about who you're playing and how you're approaching the role?
Hi. So I play Anissa Pierce, the older daughter of Jefferson and Lynn. And she's just very powerful in her own right, and she does aspire to follow in her father's footsteps. But again, she wants her own path, and she wants to do it her own way. And she's just a force She's fearless, she knows what she wants, she's ready to fight for the injustice that's going on within the community. She's also protective of her sister, and, just a part of that family dynamic that we have.
Yes, and I play Jennifer Pierce, the youngest daughter of Jefferson Pierce, aka Black Lightning. And I love the fact that at the start, it just starts out with her being a teenager and struggling with that. She doesn't have superpowers yet. She's just struggling with finding herself. And that's what she is at the start. And then you see her develop superpowers and where that takes her character and the character arc that she has to go through. And it's very, very complex and very interesting for all of our characters, Lisa. Yeah.
And I play Lynn Pierce, ex-wife of Black Lightning, mother to these two incredible daughters. I don't have superpowers in the traditional sense, apart from love and kindness. Which is fabulous, thank you. And yeah, in a way, I'm kind of the glue that holds the family together and keeps them grounded. And I'm sure we'll have to navigate this really complicated terrain of having young women going out into the world and trying to shape them and mold them with this extra layer of having these powers and how they nurture it, how they cultivate it. So.
If I can underscore their roles, I just think what's exciting to me is that as superheroes, we always need support. And so the struggle between, and certainly Black Lightning's character, is accepting one's power, but who is the support underneath it? He's got these two daughters that are from his lineage, from his blood, who embody and exhibit their own power. And so in this set, it's going to be Thunder, and his daughter Jennifer is going to be Lightning. And as Christine talked about the glue for Lynn, sometimes our role, and that one thing that we can all think about, is how are we supporting each other and through love. And so I'm really very excited about those elements of those characters.
Cool. Now, Christina can help me listen your unique accent. We're not going to hear that during the show, are we? We're not going to hear that during the show. Your character's the British on the show.
She isn't. Maybe her evil twin is.
I was going to say, that alma sister comes out of nowhere. And,
Why not?
We're going to see. All right, we don't have a lot of time, but I do want to have one question from the crowd. Can we do that? Is that possible? Are we set up for that? Yeah, great. Let's have one question. What questions from the crowd? Carmen San Diego, you. We know where in the world you are, apparently.
I know you.
My question is for Chris. As a superhero, I just wanted to ask, what was the most scary, stunt or thing as a superhero you had to maybe do, and what was the most fun?
Well, it's actually kind of the same thing. The most scary was I was on a wire on this building and had to just step off the building. Not jump off the building, but look cool stepping off the building. Stepping off the curb. And so initially, that's something you gotta get used to, and it's hard to look cool doing it. But by the end of it felt like a ride. By the end, once I got used to it, it was just yeah, do that again, let's do it again, let's go. That was it.
So what he's saying is write more scenes where he has to jump off the building. Okay.
I want to fly, that's what I wanted to do, I want to fly.
Oh, that's okay. I'm being told we don't have time to take another question. Oh, I see that we have a minute here. I'm gonna ask one more question. There are a lot of great Black superheroes in the DC universe. Was there a particular reason why Black Lightning was the one that it made sense to make into a series right now?
Yeah, just the groundedness in the character of Jefferson, it touched on so many things that were interesting to me. Again, a father, I'm a father. He has a wife, I have a wife. He grew up in an area that was dangerous, so did I. So I just identified so much with the character that it made sense for me. I think, one of the most popular albums right now is Jay-Z's album. And I think the reason people really like that album is because it comes from an authentic black male voice, and it's describing what he feels like as a man, a father, and an artist. I think that the thing that is going to make this so much fun for myself and the other writers is that this is going to come from an authentic black male voice. And there's no filter. And I'm not afraid to talk about things that we need to talk about. And I think that that's what will set the show apart from the other. I love all of the other shows, and they have paved the way for this show. But I think this character is going to add something to the conversation. We're able to give something back to the culture. And when I say culture, I mean black culture, but also I like black people too.
Here's my words.
But I also think we're going to be giving something back to the American culture. When I was a kid growing up, I dressed up like Batman. Batman doesn't look like me, but I accepted him because he was a hero. What I expect by this time next year, what I expect by the time we get to Halloween, what I love is the idea that I will be able, along with all these amazing artists, is to see little black boys and little black girls have a choice. They can either be black Batman or they can be black Lightning. They can be Supergirl or they can be Thunder or Lightning. To me, that is what this is all about, giving opportunity for all the people.
And I want to thank you for that because you give me an option to cosplay beyond Big Fury. So thank you very much. Black Lightning coming in 2018 on the CW. One more